This is shop talk. G81 looks like one tidy line of G code, but the controller is running a 4-step sequence underneath. And if you set the R plane wrong, that sequence is what snaps your drill. Here's the line everybody recognizes. G81, an XY position, an R plane, a Z depth, and a feed rate. The can cycle hides 4 discrete motions: rapid to XY, rapid down to the R plane, feed to Z depth, rapid retract. Every drill that breaks dies in step 2 or step 4. The R plane is the height where rapid traverse stops and cutting feed begins. Set it too high, you waste cycle time. Set it too low, you crash the drill tip into the part at rapid. And here's where most operators get burned. They set R 0.1, a tenth of an inch above the part, assuming the part is flat. Cast surfaces, weldments, forgings, even sawn stock, they all have variation. A tenth of clearance on paper becomes negative clearance on the high spot of the casting. This is the failure. The R plane sits at 0.1 above your reference, but the high spot of the casting is at 0.15. The drill hits the part at rapid, full traverse speed, and the tip snaps before the feed rate ever engages. Rapid into metal. That's the whole failure mode. The fix isn't fancy. Measure the worst high spot on your stock. Then set R at least 0.1 above that, not 0.1 above your Z0. On rough stock, I'll run R 0.25 or higher. Yes, it costs cycle time. It costs less than a broken carbide drill in a deep hole. Most operators were never taught this. They learned G81 from a textbook example where the part was a perfect rectangle, and R 0.1 was always safe. The textbook lied by omission. The R plane has a second job most people forget. It controls the retract height between holes in a pattern. G98 retracts to the initial Z. G99 retracts only to R. G99 saves time. The tool only pulls up to R between holes. But if there's a clamp, a fixture rib, or a step in the part between those holes, G99 will drag the drill straight through it at rapid. Here's the decision. If your hole pattern has any obstruction between holes, a clamp, a boss, a step surface, use G98 and retract to the initial plane. If the top of the part is clean all the way across, G99 is fine. There's a third hidden thing. G81 doesn't dwell at the bottom and it doesn't peck. The drill feeds to depth and retracts immediately. For shallow holes in mild steel, fine. For anything deeper than 3 diameters, chips don't clear, the flutes pack, and the drill seizes. Past 3 times the drill diameter, switch to G83. That's the peck cycle. It feeds in, retracts fully to clear chips, then feeds back in for the next peck. And G80. Don't forget G80. The can cycle is modal. It stays active on every subsequent line until you cancel it. Forget G80, and the next rapid move tries to drill the next XY position. That's how you end up with surprise holes in your fixture. So the short version, set R above your worst high spot, not above your Z0. Pick G98 over G99 when anything stands proud between holes. Move to G83 past 3 diameters of depth, and cancel with G80 every single time. If you've made it this far, the can cycle isn't hiding anything from you anymore. Subscribe. That's how the next one finds you. And Shop Talk drops a new code breakdown every week.